Hey, I want to do something a little bit different today. Different than the normal, these are the top 5 reasons this, or if you don't do this, you'll fail, or whatever. I mean, it's probably got some kind of a catchy title, hopefully, that got you to click on this nonetheless, but still different than what I normally do. Normally, I sit here and I talk to you about something about the Army, a topic, maybe a specific thing, and I do still want to talk to you about an Army topic, but not in the same way. I want to do something a little bit more casual. I just want to talk to you as me talking to you to hopefully offer you some advice. And so that's what I want to do today. And we're going to change it up a little bit and we're going to go outside. So let's go outside. So I just wanted to kind of have a chat, right? And just kind of offer some advice. So this is a video style that you may think you like type of thing. Make sure to let me know down in the comment section down below. And maybe I'll do it more often, like this little fun one-on-one kind of talk type of thing. But I wanted to try to offer you some advice today as far as if you're someone who maybe thinks that, hey, I am only going to join the Army for a set purpose, right? And that is to get the experience, get out, and then get some other job in the civilian side, because that was how I was. And I think I learned some mistakes along the way as far as how I kind of did that. And I'm hopefully offering you some advice because maybe you might be on the path to make those same mistakes. When I was kind of going down that road, right, I had the kind of perspective that, hey, I'm only doing 4 years and I'm then going to get out and get a job in the civilian side and use my military experience to help me get that job and help me be better at my job, or whatever the case could be. Maybe put me at the front of the line because I'm a veteran or I have military experience, whatever the kind of thought was. But during that process, right, I always had in the back of my mind that this is not a permanent thing. I don't need to put a lot of effort into what I do in the Army because all I need is the experience. I need the experience, I need the background. I don't need to put a lot of effort into the Army. And I think that was going about it wrong. And is what I probably should have done instead. I always had that in my back of my mind, that if I just go and just get through this 4 years, get out, go to school, get the job that I want, not a big deal, right? 4 years ended up being a lot longer, right? And you may be thinking, well, that's not going to be me. I'm going to be 4 years and I'm going to get out. And it may not be like my case where, 4 years turned into 11, but it might be something where 4 years turns into 6 or something along those lines or whatever. And you're in the mentality of, do my 4, get the hell out. But then something happens that you can't predict and you get stuck a little bit longer than you initially planned. And I have seen that with some individuals, right? They plan on only doing 4 and then something happens, they end up extending for 2 more years, or they end up going from active duty to reserves. And they're like, okay, well, I was going to get out and now maybe it's not a good idea to get fully out. I'll just go into the Army Reserves. Some of the things I made mistakes with that was that I wasn't trying really hard to try to get promoted, right? To try to work my way through the ranks a little bit better. And I think that, it didn't really necessarily hold me back, but it did hold me back from accomplishments that maybe would have been nicer to have had in my Army career, or, progression that would have been a little bit nicer to earn more money faster or whatever. Because I had that mentality that, hey, I'm only doing 4 years, get the hell out, right? I wasn't really trying really hard to try to stand out necessarily in the early times to try to get promoted to sergeant, right? I kind of got pushed into that kind of role, right? I was okay with getting out of the Army after 4 years and being a specialist. I was okay with that at the time. And, I was kind of pushed into that kind of situation where it was like, hey, no, you need to go to the promotion board. And I didn't really want to go, but I did. And then it was like, hey, you need to get points. You need to go to the school. You need to get this. You need to get promoted and all this stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, but do I? I'm probably going to get out pretty soon. And, so I probably dragged my feet on that. And probably would have been better if I would have just gone all out, right? Just, hey, even if it's only 4 years, let's go all out. Let's see how far I can get. And that's, I think, what you should aim for, is try to see how far you can get. If it's going to be only 4 years, right, and you're able to stick to that, cool, great. If that's your plan and that's what you want to do, I don't knock it. There's some people that will tell you, no, stay in the Army forever, get the pension, whatever kind of a thing. It's going to be personal preference. It's going to be based on your goals. Your goals are not the same as everybody else's goals. And if your goal is to not do the Army, to do the military forever, for the rest of your life, then, you got to just accomplish your goals. But if being in the Army is part of those goals, right? Then why not try to get as far as you possibly can, right? Try to get as far as you can in promotion. Try to get as far as you can in schooling, as far as you can in whatever, right? And that way, it's even a better background on your resume. And especially like in my case, because 4 years ended up being a lot longer, then it would have been better to probably progress more than I did to have even a better resume. And it kind of helped that a little bit better. And that probably would have helped out a lot more with some of my, future career type of thing. I mean, it's only really been one job that I've done, since then, but maybe it would have opened up a lot more opportunities, right? But the thing is, like, had I just pushed harder, right? Not been so much in the mentality of this is temporary, don't do anything above and beyond, just do the minimum, get through it and move on. I should have been, let's see how far I can get before I move on. So that's the message today. All right, in this video, just wanted to talk to you. No matter if it's 4 years, 6 years, 10 years, 20 years, try to see how far you can get. If it's just, the purpose is to get that great background, that great experience, to move on to something that you're more interested in, something that you would rather do, something that was always the dream type of thing, still don't neglect the baseline of where you're starting from. Starting from here, get as far as you can, do as much as you can, and hopefully it'll be a better transition to here, to wherever you're going. So just what I'm thinking. All right. If you guys like the style video, let me comment down below. If you got any questions on this topic or questions on anything else, drop those down in the comment section down below. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully not too weird, not too, out of the norm. But thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. I just think spit a little bit. Oh well. I'm Christopher Chaos. I'll see you next time. See ya.